Hello and welcome to the Faith Report, bringing you your daily videos on those Christian news bites you won't find in mainstream media. In today's video, I want to speak a little bit about some disturbing reports of attacks against churches in Canada following claims of unmarked graves at former residential schools. As some background, in June 2021, reports emerged that hundreds of unmarked graves were discovered at former residential schools run by the Catholic Church in Canada. Now, these reports sparked outrage and grief, as residential schools were government funded and church run institutions that Indigenous children were forced to attend in the 19th and 20th centuries as part of assimilating them into the broader Canadian culture. The schools have a horrific legacy of abuse and trauma. In the aftermath of the Unmarked Grave report, nearly 100 Catholic and other Christian churches across Canada have been vandalised or burned down. Of the 33 church fires, 24 have been declared arson. Additionally, 60 churches were vandalised, with anti-Catholic messages and Indigenous rights slogans spray painted on buildings. While anger at injustices committed at residential schools is understandable, attacking places of worship and people unrelated to past abuses only breeds more hatred. As Martin Luther King Jr. wisely stated, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." Now, let's analyse the unmarked grave reports themselves. Initial news headlines claimed that the graves were proof of undocumented deaths and mass graves. However, further investigations found that many of the radar anomalies and unmarked graves were informal cemeteries next to the school and included adults and children who had died from natural causes like disease. While any death of a child is tragic, so far there is no evidence of mass murder or secret graves as initially assumed. Some media outlets and public figures have had to retract their statements about mass graves, clarifying that the sites require further analysis. The truth about unmarked graves is nuanced. Not all were undocumented student deaths, yet some were likely students buried without their family's knowledge or consent. Even just one unauthorised student burial is unacceptable and a profound injustice. We must acknowledge the past while seeking the full facts. As Christians, our role is clear. We must listen to the grief and pain of Indigenous communities in a spirit of compassion, repenting for past racist actions and working for justice and reconciliation. We must also gently correct misinformation that leads to prejudice. This balanced, loving approach honours truth while building bridges across divides. The path ahead is not easy, but I believe if we stay focused on our shared humanity as God's children, we can work together towards healing. So I'll end today's video with a question. How can people of faith help promote understanding and justice for Indigenous people in our communities today? Let me know your thoughts below. Until next time, stay safe.